You may think success and purpose drive happiness. However, research shows relationships actually make up 70% of one's personal happiness. Hello, and welcome to The Village. My name is Isaiah, but you can call me Billy. Now, when I say relationships, I don't mean just intimate partners. In fact, relationships can be defined by the way in which two or more people are connected. For the sake of today's video, we're going to focus on friendly relationships. Friendships. I'm going to share with you the best ways to make and maintain friends as an adult. Starting with where to meet friends. There are a lot of great options to meet new friends as an adult. One of them being community classes. If you're looking to maybe take on a new hobby and you've been interested in maybe crocheting or pottery or like tennis or something like that, those are great places to really open up, socialize, and engage with the peers in your class. A great starting point is looking for people that share the same interests as you, right? So you've already checked that box because obviously you're all signed up for the same class. Obviously you all enjoy the same thing, yeah? At least this particular thing. So now all you have to do is muster up the courage to maybe spark a little small talk about this particular activity, discuss their origin of interest, things like that. Another great idea is maybe getting into some volunteer works, things that you're passionate about. Maybe you're passionate about animals and want to volunteer at a zoo or a shelter or something of that nature. Another great place, again, shared interest. And something like passion is a great way to connect and build friendship. If you guys are passionate about the same thing, it's already a great building block. And then you have your local events and festivals, things like your farmer's market, or back when I lived in Virginia, they had this Harry Potter festival that they would throw annually where all the Harry Potter fans would just gather downtown and do cosplay and dress like their favorite characters, have the wands and stuff like that. That's a great place to meet people with mutual interests. You can look for things like that in your local Facebook groups or maybe your local library that has listings or your local park. These are all fantastic places to find new friends as an adult. Once you've found a new friend and started establishing a bit of a relationship, a great way to begin to nurture and maintain that friendship is by establishing yourself as a safe place and a safe person, meaning they can be comfortable to be around you and be their true, genuine, authentic selves. They could be having a bad day or in a bad headspace and come and just let it out without you trying to fix them or diagnose them. It's important that you're judgment free and they're truly just to listen. A lot of people don't get that, so you being that for them is a sure sign of a great friend. Remember, when they're coming to talk to you and vent, maybe they're in the wrong, maybe you don't necessarily agree on their stance, but sometimes it's not really the time to be the one to tell them that. Sometimes as a friend, you need to listen without solution and just let them get it off their chest. But on the same token, and this one I'm gonna kind of direct it more towards the men. Obviously I'm a man and I can relate a little better in this sense, alright? It's gonna be important to call your friends out when the ignorance is slipping. What I mean is, you want to address ignorance when you see it at work. I bring up men because it's definitely known that a lot of men can have this toxic masculinity, right? A big one is, how many of y'all still saying pause? Be real, be honest. How many of y'all still pause in situations? Somebody say something that is the slightest sexually suggestive and you quick to be paused, right? It's time to officially let that go. It's gotten a lot better since, when I was a little younger, but I still hear it from time to time. We're gonna have to let that one go. We're gonna have to let that one go. I mean, that's just an example, but there really are a lot of traits and signs of toxic masculinity still to this day in 2025. And a lot of it isn't gonna change unless we start calling each other out on it. And in a healthy friendship, you should be able to receive or give out this type of constructive criticism, I guess you can say, or feedback. You shouldn't be scared to call your friend out. Out of love, of course, respectfully and from a place of wanting genuine growth. Okay, so you've made new friends, you've established yourself as a safe person in a safe space, and you've also proven that you hold yourself and your friends to a high standard. This is all the making of a phenomenal friend. And usually phenomenal friends don't just stick with just one friend. They start to develop some type of social group or friends group. And once you're to that point, another great way to maintain this friend group is to host unforgettable regular get-togethers. Now these can range anywhere from yearly getaways or cruises or vacations maybe, all the way down to your weekly gatherings to watch your favorite TV series on streaming. You should try to get creative. Maybe think of a craft or an activity that you all like to do together. The point is, it doesn't always have to break the bank or be this extravagant experience for it to be unforgettable. If you're around loved ones and it's regular and expected, it'll turn into something that everybody just looks forward to and a great bonding experience for everyone. And the last little tip I'll share with you all is planning simple activities. I know as we all grow into adulthood, a lot of us work full-time jobs and have our own home personal lives that we have to tend to, so it's hard to find time, right? That's a big issue as adults, to why a lot of us feel like we don't have friends. It's because we feel like we don't have the time. We're working, we have families, it's all kinds of things, right? So once you do start making those friends, a good way to maintain that when you feel like you just don't really have enough time in the day is to try to remember the simple things. Maybe even things that you're already planning on doing or things that you already do by yourself anyways. Things like grabbing a quick coffee or running your errands or going to the gym. These are all things that you can easily invite your homie to or your homegirl. Kill two birds with one stone. Do these things that you again, we're already planning on doing. And just having that person with you for that, 15, 20, 30 minutes, or if you're going to the gym, maybe an hour or two, and nurturing and feeding into that friendship while also taking care of your tasks that were inevitably going to get done regardless. You know what I'm saying? Instead of going through the drive-thru, leave a couple minutes early so you can sit down and meet your friend there and sip on a coffee together and enjoy a real quick, dope conversation. Instead of going to the grocery store by yourself, call your friend. Hey, I'm about to go to the grocery store. I don't know if you had to grab anything for yourself, but it'll be cool to have some company. Y'all meet at the grocery store, or maybe you scooped them up, and now you have the time from, your place to the grocery store where you can talk and talk for certain things, just have a real dope grocery store experience. I don't gotta tell you how to shop, what I'm talking about. Now obviously you can always just mention the times that you usually go to the gym, see if maybe y'all can sync it up, call them up and get them gains. Come on now. Okay, that's the end of my tips that I have for y'all today on this subject. I really hope that it was helpful. I hope that you got something from it. If you did, please remember to leave a like and a comment letting me know that you got something from it. Or even if you didn't, even if you think everything I just said was a bunch of BS, still comment and be like, yo, all that stuff ain't make no sense. Thanks for joining me for yet another video. If you enjoyed this one, you'll definitely enjoy last week's video right over here. If I was of any help or have enlightened you in any way at all, give my channel a subscribe. We do these type of videos every week where we focus primarily on self-improvement and personal development. And with that said, I want you always to remember we are ever learning, growth-oriented, and evolutionary thinkers here in the village.